So responsible AI is an interesting topic because there is a lot of people preoccupied about the consequences of these artificial intelligence systems becoming very powerful very fast. And the reaction is to try to slow down AI. However, and history has shown this to be the case, it's very, very hard to slow down development of technology. Pretty much the only case where we have been able to do that is with nuclear power and nuclear weapons. But that's a much easier element to control. Radioactive material is hard to procure, and we can measure it at a distance. So it has been relatively easy to prevent other countries and unintended organizations from developing nuclear power. On the other hand, GPUs are freely available. There is millions of GPUs in existence today. Every gamer in their home has one or more GPUs. And so we're talking about a different type of beast. At the same time, United States puts laws forward to slow down AI development. Other countries, such as China, are still going to develop AI as fast as they can. So there is a bit of a race, a cold war around AI that makes it very hard to slow down. So responsibility is important, but I think the perspective that most champions of responsible AI are taking is going to be difficult to implement. It's a arms race of AI, right? Everybody, presumably whoever achieves general intelligence first will have a prevailing advantage in the same way that the first country to develop a nuclear weapon was able to effectively end World War II and take control of the world stage. I think governments generally have good intentions, but it's difficult to understand what the unintended consequences will be. Is it better to have open development of artificial intelligence in the same way that we have developed science, such that we can see how things are progressing in different places and learn from other people's mistakes? Or should we push AI to be encroached within the top labs or companies and try to maintain control from the government? It's hard to tell. I mean, if we could be certain that we can control the development, perhaps this close approach is better. But in practice, that has been, very difficult to observe. AI is really a complete paradigm shift. And when we have paradigm shifts, not only the technology changes, but also the way that we use it. So for example, prior to the mobile phones, there were very few geospatial type searches on Google. After we all got a phone in our pockets and we started to think, where do I want to eat today for lunch? Then we started doing geospatial searches, and that became 10% of Google. And then Google developed Google Maps, and we became more proficient at searching that. And, perhaps things like Zillow and others emerged as a result of it. What we are seeing today with AI is that the capability is there, but the interface hasn't been developed. If we think about the ChatGPT interface, it's very rudimentary. A chat interface is something that we have been doing for decades now. And so the question is, how this interface is going to be different so that we can maximize the capability of AI. One way to think about this is that software, again, traditionally has been a tool, something that I interface with. And so a tool has to have affordances. A tool is something that I grab and touch and move to accomplish the objective that I have. AI, in a sense, is trying to get out of the way. So AI is in the environment, is a bit like talking to a deity. I have a thought, or I have an idea, or a want, and it just happens. And so it's interesting to conceive what those interfaces are going to look like. I think most of the innovation in that front has yet to come.